It's been a good run, guys. It's been a good 8 months with this very system, and you can see that it's reached its end here. It's not the end of Steam Deck on the channel, but it is indeed the end of this Steam Deck specifically. This is my day one, got it in April, had Windows on it in April, and I'm going to explain a little bit of what's happening and why my Steam Deck is dying. The battery's gone bad, and I thought it was going to be a software issue. I thought maybe, because I read a lot of things on Reddit and online, and I really looked into it to see if maybe my battery was just having that software issue. And I would just go ahead and blame Windows, and you guys can too. Oh, you should have never put Windows on it. That's why your battery's bad. I've read enough to realize that no matter what you're using, you could encounter battery issues. And with enough usage or with the wrong usage, you can encounter these battery issues as well. What's weird to me is the sudden behavior change in the battery. Like, it was like from a span of maybe 3 days where I started to realize, wow, my Steam Deck is dying fast off the charger, which was never the case. Even on Windows, I've been able to be off the charger with this thing for hours at a time. Now, was it my mistake, or should I have been more careful with my battery? Maybe. I've streamed games for 7 hours. I've left it on for days at a time with the charger plugged in. These are things that I'm like, okay, maybe all of that is the reason why. But I still found it strange that it happened like so suddenly. And I've pretty much tried everything to get the battery health back up to its higher state, like 100% or 80% or even higher than anything that I have currently. The battery health right now is saying that it's at 9% battery health and saying that I need to replace my unit or replace my battery soon. So that is when I was okay, yeah, it's not getting any better. I've tried draining, I've tried cycling the battery, I've tried it all. I even tried wiping Windows. I tried reinstalling Windows. This is a fresh Windows download. There's nothing on my Steam Deck currently except for Modern Warfare 2. And I'm like, maybe my system's bloated with software on it. But that wasn't the case either, because it died anyway. Even from this screen right here, the battery just continues to go down really fast. Because 9% battery health is terrible. That's like 3% of battery going down every couple seconds. Like, this thing is dying within 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. I've even tried leaving it on in BIOS. That's where it lasted the longest, but it wasn't even that long. It's still noticeably bad even for that. And that's when I was like, okay, well, I gotta do something about it. Gotta talk to Valve. Called Valve up. Said, yo, my Steam Deck is dying. And that is why I have ripped off the white stickers off my Steam Deck, the skin. Now it really looks like it's been through a lot. And other than the battery being the issue, it is still completely fully functional. I can really still use it if it's plugged in at all times. It won't fully die or not charge. It's charging. It just won't stay alive off the charger for more than like 10 minutes, which is terrible. I even went, don't tell anybody, I went on SteamOS to see, okay, maybe it's a glitch in the system. Maybe SteamOS will show me like what's actually going on, or it'll tell me that my battery's fine and Windows was the problem. But no, what that did was just really confirm that my battery was at 9% battery health, because it told me in there with a fresh SteamOS install. So I went back to Windows and I was like, you know what, until it's time to really return this, I'm just gonna play and make videos until I have to pack this thing up and send it off. So I'm gonna let you guys in on my journey of returning this thing and getting a new one. So I talked to Steam support and they told me, they got to me pretty fast too. It was like only the span of an hour maybe. I sent a ticket in, or I put in what was going on. I was like, hey, my battery life is going down fast, like this thing dying, bruh. They confirmed that I can send my system in and they'll send me a new one as soon as they get the old one back in. Now I do have to wipe this system and print the things. I don't have a printer in this house, so I do have to go print the labels for the packaging and the instructions for the RMA return, whatever. You have to put a paper in there to send it back with a barcode so they can scan it and be like, okay, we got the old one, we can send them the new one. That's where I'm at right now. I have to print that, and until I do that, which is probably going to be tomorrow, I am just going to continue using this thing as normal while plugged in. And I just wanted to share my experience and be transparent with the system actually going bad or the battery going bad, because these are things that can happen. And we're going to, so far customer service has been good. And until we get that new one, I can really say what kind of experience or how long that takes. I can go more in depth with what that's all like. But right now, it's still functional and I can still make videos until I really send off the package. And I'm going to let you guys in on that journey. I just wanted to let you guys know that if you have these issues, make sure you figure out what your issue is. And if it is a software issue and you can get it fixed, great. But if you have to return it, hopefully it's as smooth sailing as it's been for me so far. There's going to be a gap of content there for the Steam Deck, and I just want you guys to know that it's not that I don't want to cover it anymore, that I'm bored of it, or that it doesn't work. I mean, yeah, it doesn't work, but it's because we're waiting for the new one to come in, and then we can do it all over again. We can unbox a new one and do all that. They are going to send me the same 164 gigabyte model, obviously, and I did have to rip the skin off of this system because you have to give them the serial number. The serial number is actually on the back of the Steam Deck where this barcode is. So in order to give them that, I had to rip this off. Also, they asked to take off any screen protectors, anything like that, your SD card, because you won't be getting those back when they send you a new one. So I gotta make sure I remember to take the SD card out. I don't think I care about the screen protector or anything like that, so I think we should be good there. I also have a spare screen protector that is brand new, so hopefully we can set up that new Steam Deck as soon as it gets in. Also, I didn't have a tutorial on how to download Windows because I did this very first thing and I followed other videos at the moment. I kind of went off of muscle memory yesterday, made a bootable drive with media creation tool with Windows 11 on it, put it in my Steam Deck using a USB-C adapter, basically installed Windows off the top of my head. And it was pretty easy. So when we get that new one, I might consider making a step-by-step tutorial. Even though there's tons out there, people still ask me all the time, hey, do you personally have a Windows tutorial or how you downloaded Windows? And I do not. So when we get that new one, we will look into that. And I've been just talking for however long this video has been going on for, and we were at 100% when I started talking, pretty much. And I'm at 56%, so there's clearly a problem because I haven't done anything. It's just dying by itself. I understand these things happen. I'm not upset. I mean, it's kind of like a hassle to go out of your way to have to wait for a new one and all that, but at least they can get me a new one and I don't have to pay for a repair or buy a new battery or anything like that. I could buy a new battery and just replace it myself, but I've also had issues in the past with my power button, and I would just like a new unit, hopefully one that works, where all the components work, because I've had issues with that power button. It fixed itself for whatever reason. By issues, I mean I would press the power button and it wouldn't turn on. I would have to press it 5 or 6 times before I hear the boop and it actually comes on. Then it went away. I would be able to turn it on with just one press, and now it seems to be back. So there's clearly something wrong with this system specifically, and I'm making this to really be transparent with, yeah, the system's not perfect. It can break. There's problems with it. I also got to remember to take off these thumbsticks. I like these thumbsticks. But it's not the end of the world, and hopefully we can get back on our feet and keep making videos and things like that for the time being. I will be covering other things. I will be covering maybe some Warzone stuff on Series S, because I feel like this little guy right here needs some appraisal right now, some praise, because that thing's running Warzone 2 better than my freaking 3070 PC. So I'll get into that in a separate video. That's where we're at with the Steam Deck. My Steam Deck is broken. It's dying. You can tell I'm so thrilled. I mean, so sad about it. Not really. These are just things you got to come to terms with. It happens. And we're going to be back and better than ever. New Year's coming. New games are coming. A lot of new things to cover. I'm really excited to continue this journey to expand outside of just Steam Deck. I've even looked into other portable PCs. Yeah. And if the money's right, we getting those. Because that A&Neo 2, the retro one that Dave 2D covered, that thing looks sick. They're also coming out with A&Neo Slide. That thing looks pretty cool. So there's a lot of cool things in the portable PC realm that are happening. I just feel like Steam Deck is the entry level to that space. And it's been a lot of fun in the entry level. So imagine if we get like something more powerful or something like this is all like plans for next year, just me speculating what might happen. But if things are looking up, we will be expanding our handheld PC coverage here on this channel, and me personally, like my personal use of handheld PCs will expand, and hopefully we'll even get into things like the Switch Pro if it ends up happening, and we're definitely going to talk about Breath of the Wild sequel on here at some point, especially because we are in that handheld space, and that is one of my favorite games of all time, Breath of the Wild, so we'll get into that when we get to that. But right now, this is where we're at. We got to return this Steam Deck. If you guys have any questions or any solutions, I don't think there's a solution because I've pretty much tried a lot of things for the past 3 days to get this thing back on its feet and nothing. But if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, make sure you guys drop those below. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. If you guys are enjoying any of this content or any questions on any of the other content, just let me know as well. You can reach me in the comment section. I'm pretty active on there. Don't be afraid to ask or speak, or just be kind. There's a lot of people just talking shit all the time and saying like, oh, you shouldn't be on Windows, or you should just get an A&E, or you should get a WinMax, or I do not want a laptop with joysticks on it. That's not the same thing as using this. It's not. So stop it. I will see you guys on the next video.